We now bring you a radio report on the centenary year celebrations of Tamil Nadu Legislative Assembly and unveiling of the portrait of Shri M. Karunanidhi, former Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu.
The centenary year celebrations of Tamil Nadu Legislative Assembly and unveiling of the portrait of former Chief Minister of the state, late Shri M. Karunanidhi, took place at the precincts of the Legislative Assembly, housed in Fort St. George, today at 5 p.m. The function commenced with the national anthem and hymn in praise of Mother Tamil. The function formally began with the welcome address by the Speaker of Tamil Nadu Legislative Assembly, Shri M. Appavu. It was then followed by felicitations of the Honourable President of India and Honourable Governor of Tamil Nadu, after which the portrait of former Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, Shri M. Karunanidhi, was unveiled by the Honourable President of India, Shri Ramnath Kovind. The chief guest of the event, Honourable President of India, Shri Ramnath Kovind, in his address, paid tributes to the freedom fighters, prominent leaders, and their role in the nation's struggle against colonial rule.
It is indeed gratifying to learn that the legislature has a tradition of honoring the greatest stars of land. The assembly already has the portraits of some of our greatest heroes: Tiruvallur, Mahatma Gandhi, C. Rajgopalachari, C. N. Annadurai, K. Kamraj, E. V. Ramasamy, B. R. Ambedkar, U. Muthuram Lingam Thevar, Muhammad Ismail Sahib, M. G. Ramchandran, J. Lalita, S. S. Ramasamy Padayachi, P. O. Chidambaram Pillai, P. Subramanian, and Omanthur P. Ramaswamy Reddyar. Now this Hall of Fame will also have the portrait of Thiru Karunanidhi, whose entire life was devoted to the people's cause in the state. When I came here, I was thinking about Chakravarti Rajgopalachari, Gandhiji's conscience keeper and a titan among the freedom fighters. He was the first Indian occupant of the Rashtrapati Bhavan, and his presence graced this august house too. He was the first Premier or Chief Minister of Madras State too. His successors too were exemplary political leaders. Among all Rajaji's successors, however, it is Thiru Karunanidhi who ruled the longest and thus has left a defining stamp on Tamil Nadu. It is to those stalwarts that my thoughts go as the nation celebrates the 75th anniversary of independence.
Further, during the course of his address, Honourable President spoke on the virtues of democracy and traced the history of Madras Legislative Council from 1861.
Our national movement spans from 1857 or even before to 1947. During these decades, there were radicals and revolutionaries. There were pacifists and constitutionalists. They had different methods and they had different visions. But they were united in their reverence for the motherland. Each, in his or her own way, strove to serve Bharat Mata. Like different tributes coming together in a river, they all came together for the cause of national independence. They found a confluence in Gandhiji. Mahatma Gandhi not only personified all that was best in our culture and tradition, but he also improved upon the ideas of several Western thinkers. Alongside him was a legion of patriots, liars, scholars, social reformers, religious and spiritual leaders, and others. Each of them was matchless. Think of Dr. B. R. Ambedkar, such a towering genius and such a visionary. But for each name written in history books, there were countless others whose names were never recorded. They sacrificed comforts, even careers, and sometimes their lives so that we could live in a free nation. Those few decades, I believe, produced some of the greatest generations ever seen on the face of earth.
The Honorable President remembered the immortal lines of a national poet, Subramanya Bharati, in which he envisioned the aspirations of free India, which would learn both scripture and science, explore both heaven and oceans, will unravel the mysteries of the moon, and sweep clean the streets of the nation too.
Here I would like to quote a few lines from the great Tamil poet Subramanya Bharati, who sums up the progressive thinking of the people of Tamil Nadu, and I quote, Mandaram karpom vinay tandaram karpom vane alappom kadal mine alappom chandriya mandalattu iyal kandu telivom sandhi teru perukkum sattiram karpom.
Earlier in his presidential address, Honorable Governor of Tamil Nadu, Shri Banwarilal Purohit, spoke about the evolution of the legislature of the state and the contributions made to it by various personalities.
On this historic occasion, I pay my sincere tribute to all those stalwarts and veterans who have left their indelible impression on this house. Their visionary zeal and foresight were instrumental in the enactment of important and historic legislation in the Tamil Nadu legislature. These legislations paved the way for the creation of a progressive state. India is the largest democracy with the finest written constitution in the world. The evolution of the legislature was a slow and steady process, ground and refined through various acts. It has to be noted that the first elected legislature in the state, originally called the Madras Legislative Council, was established in 1921. Thus, this year, 2021, is the centenary year. I must add that the first Legislative Council stood out for its commitment to the upliftment of the disadvantaged section and women in Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu legislature has been many legends like Thiru Pangal Raja, Thiru C. Rajagopalachari, Thiru T. Prakasham, Thiru K. Kamraj, Thiru M. Bhaktavasalam, Dr. C. N. Annadurai, Dr. M. Karunanidhi, Dr. M. G. Ramchandran, Selvi Dr. J. Jayalalitha, and many more.
The Honorable Governor of Tamil Nadu recalled the epoch-making entry of Dr. Muthulakshmi Reddy, marking women's suffrage. He also quoted parliamentarian John Stuart Mill, who emphasized on the significance of democracy and how it ought to function.
I would like to remember the first woman legislature of modern India, Dr. Muthulakshmi Reddy, who joined the Madras Legislative Council in 1927. This was made possible because the first Legislative Council, whose 100th year of formation we commemorate today, voted in favor of the women's suffrage resolution in 1921. Dr. C. N. Annadurai, who was popularly known as Aringar Anna, was an inspiring and path-breaking leader whose oratorical skill and his respect for the three cardinal principles of duty, decorum, and restraint won wide acclaim. John Stuart Mill, a great parliamentarian, said that in a representative democracy, the legislature acted as the eyes, ears, and voice of the people. The legislature represents the public will. The legislature operates under a system of collective decision making. In addition to official law-making capacity, most legislatures perform an educational right by simplifying complicated issues and defining policy choices.
Honorable Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, Shri M.K. Stalin, delivered his special address earlier. He, during the course of his address, recalled the role of Montagu-Chelmsford reforms of 1919 and the subsequent political journey of the legislative process in the then Madras Presidency.
வரலாற்றில் பொன்னெழுத்துக்களால் பொறிக்கத்தக்க நாளாக இந்த ஆகஸ்ட் 2ஆம் நாள் இனி வரும் காலங்களில் சிறப்பு பெற்றிருக்கிறது என்பதை நான் பெருமிதத்துடன் குறிப்பிட விரும்புகிறேன். கடந்த ஒரு நூற்றாண்டில் பல புதுமையான சட்டங்களை, முன்னோடி திட்டங்களை உருவாக்கி சமதர்ம சமூகத்தை படைத்திட வழிவகுத்து கொடுத்திருக்கிறது. 1919ஆம் ஆண்டில் மாண்டேக செம்ஸ்போர்ட் சீர்திருத்தங்களின் அடிப்படையில் இயற்றப்பட்ட இந்திய அரசு சட்டத்தின் மூலம்தான் தேர்ந்தெடுக்கப்பட்ட உறுப்பினர்கள் அந்நாளைய மாகாண சட்டமன்றங்களில் முதலில் இடம்பெற தொடங்கினர். அச்சட்டமே பின்னர் மாகாணங்களில் தேர்ந்தெடுக்கப்பட்ட அரசுகள் உருவாவதற்கு வழிகோலியது. அந்த சட்டத்தின்படி சென்னை மாகாண சட்டமன்றம் 1920ஆம் ஆண்டு முதலாக தேர்தல் நடந்தது. அந்த தேர்தலில் திராவிட இயக்கத்தின் தலைமகனான நீதி கட்சி வெற்றி பெற்று ஆட்சி பொறுப்பில் அமர்ந்தது. 1921ஆம் ஆண்டு கண்ணாட் கோமகன் அவர்களால் முதல் மாகாண சுயாட்சி சட்டமன்றம் தொடங்கி வைக்கப்பட்டதின் பவள விழா நிகழ்ச்சியும், அதேபோல் 1935ஆம் ஆண்டு இந்திய அரசு சட்டத்தின் கீழ் முதலாக 1937ஆம் ஆண்டு ஜூலை திங்களில் ஏற்படுத்தப்பட்ட சென்னை சட்டமன்ற பேரவையின் வைர விழா நிகழ்ச்சியும் 1997ஆம் ஆண்டு அப்போதைய முதலமைச்சராக இருந்த முத்தமிழறிஞர் தலைவர் கலைஞர் அவர்களுடைய தலைமையில தமிழ்நாடு அரசால் சிறப்புடன் கொண்டாடப்பட்டதை நூற்றாண்டு விழா கொண்டாடுகிற இந்த வேளையில் நான் நினைவு கூற விரும்புகிறேன். அதே வேளையில் இந்த பெருமைமிகு சட்டமன்றத்தில் நிறைவேற்றப்பட்ட வரலாற்று சிறப்பு மிகுந்த வரலாற்று செய்திகளை நான் சொல்ல வேண்டும் என்று சொன்னால், அதிலே ஒரு சில சட்டங்களை மட்டும் நான் எடுத்துச் சொல்ல கடமைப்பட்டிருக்கிறேன். ஆங்கிலேயர் ஆட்சி காலத்திலேயே மகளிருக்கு வாக்குரிமை அளிக்கக்கூடிய சட்டத்தை முதலாக நிறைவேற்றிய பெருமை சென்னை மாகாண சட்டமன்றத்திற்கு உண்டு. அதோடு தேவதாசி ஒழிப்பு சட்டம், மகளிருக்கு உள்ளாட்சி பகுதியில் உரிய இடஒதுக்கீடு, பெண் குழந்தைகளை பாதுகாக்க சிறப்பு திட்டம் என மகளிர் நலன் காப்பதில் நாட்டிற்கே முன்னோடி திட்டங்களை உருவாக்கி தந்த பெருமை கொண்டது.
Deputy Speaker of the Tamil Nadu Assembly, Shri Ku Pichandi, delivered the vote of thanks and the function came to a close with the national anthem.
You just listened to a radio report on the centenary year celebrations of Tamil Nadu Legislative Assembly and unveiling of the portrait of Shri M. Karunanidhi, former Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu. This program came to you from the Chennai studios of All India Radio.